Bonjour, my name is Napoleon. I am of Corsican blood and often referred to as one of the greatest military strategists in history. I come to you from a Belgian battlefield, where I intend to open a package of believe on this Duke. Please excuse my French. The exact date is June the 18th, 1815, and this is the story of Napoleon Bonaparte's return from exile and his 100 Days campaign. Born on the island of Corsica, I was raised up in a militaristic lifestyle with my home island fighting for independence. At age 9, my parents sent me to Brienne, a military school in France, and at age 16, standing just over 5 feet tall, I graduated and became an artillery lieutenant. I studied strategy and developed my public speaking skills. During my late 20s, I rapidly rose in the ranks of the French Revolutionary Army. At this time, my loyal France was at war with much of Europe, and she called for a brave leader to take the reins of the French government and save the nation from collapse. Following the French Revolution, I was promoted to captain, then to general. By age 26, I commanded the entire French army. During the power struggle in Paris, I fought wars in Italy, Austria, the Netherlands, Malta, Egypt, and Syria. Following my appointment to First Consul in February 1800, I reorganized my armies with revolutionized the military training, and cut through Austria's lines like scissors to paper. My newly established Napoleonic Code allowed a new system of French law. The code forbade privileges based on birth, allowed freedom of religion, and specified that government jobs go to the most qualified. Shortly after, I was crowned Emperor of France in Notre Dame Cathedral. By 1807, due to the series of wars, my empire stretched from the River Elbe in the north, down through Italy in the south, and from Pyrenees to the Dalmatian coast. Beginning no more than 3 years ago, I began to encounter my first significant defeats of my military career. I led a disastrous invasion into Russia. The coalition of 4 nations defeated me at the Battle of Leipzig, and this Duke of Wellington continues to press his luck against my monster, stealing Spain from my reign in the Peninsular War. What more terrible weather could this storm of unfortunate happens bring, you ask? Well, much more. The year was 1814 and my age lingered in its mid-40s as I found myself in the middle of an invasion by coalition forces who had marched literally on top of Paris. I was removed from my throne. Yes, I said my throne, because I own it, it's mine, and with the Treaty of Fontainebleau, I was sent into exile on the small Mediterranean island of Elba. However, I am Napoleon Bonaparte and I do not care much for timeouts. So less than a year into my exile, I escaped under the vision of the guards by simply walking between their legs, and sailed back to the French mainland with a supporting cast of more than 1,000 men. In mid-March, I returned to Paris, where I was welcomed by cheering crowds. The substituting king, Louis XVIII, fled, and I began to embark on my 100 Days campaign. Upon my return to France, a coalition of troops from Austria, Britain, Prussia and Russia began to prepare for war. Raising a new army, I planned to strike immediately and defeated each force one by one before they could launch a united attack. In June 1815, I marched my forces into Belgium, where separate British and Prussian troops were camped. At the Battle of Ligny, just 2 days prior to today, I defeated the Prussians under the command of Gebel-Leberek von Blücher. Unfortunately, my troops were unable to totally destroy the Prussian army, leaving me to command my forces once more, south of Brussels near a small village called Waterloo.